If you're thinking about moving to Hermanus, you need to know which suburb you're going to choose. Today, I'm in my home suburb of Westcliff. It's characterized by beautiful, large properties and a lot of these open spaces, these commonages they call them, which is just beautiful fynbos. It gives Westcliff an area, roomier feel, as opposed to Fulclip, where the houses are stacked one on top of each other, overlooking the seaside. I find Westcliff to be completely central. It's 5 minutes from the mall. It has its own shopping centre, virtually, in terms of gateway, where there's an OK and a Spar supermarket. It is, like I mentioned before, home to most of the medical and hospital facilities in Hermanus. It's 2 minutes away from the harbour, the new harbour, where you have fabulous restaurant like the Rock and the Gecko Bar, where you can see a lot of live music over the weekends, and it just has a really nice, relaxed and airy feel about it. It's also probably the sunniest of the suburbs of Hermanus. You're not hidden by the shadows of the mountain, and you get beautiful sunshine as much as possible all year round, except obviously when it's cloudy and rainy, which yeah, anyway. So Westcliff, my top choice of #1 suburb to live in Hermanus at the moment, and I'm very, very proud to call it my home as well. So town is up ahead there, and the main road that comes out of town is called Marine Drive. It's predominantly apartments, and there's obviously a few hotels and guest houses. Marine Drive becomes Westcliff Road, and we'll take a little drive along that next. But these are just some of the incredible guest houses right perched up on the cliffs of Westcliff. But as you head down out of town, over the traffic circle here, and this becomes Westcliff Road. Now Westcliff Road probably has some of the biggest and best homes in Westcliff, and most of them along the left over here have fantastic sea views. The rest of them not too shabby either. Let's see if we can take a little trip down. So these are some of the beautiful homes running along Westcliff Road. Just take a left down here. This is Cliff Road, and some stunning properties. So sea views. New harbour in Hermanus, home to the Rock restaurants and the Gecko pub, one of Hermanus' premier live music venues, and the Rock obviously fabulous fish and seafood and sushi. This is where all the boats leave for the whale trips that go out into the bay, and Westcliff also has some of the most beautiful and dramatic cliffs with the cliff paths. And just look how clean is that water. Beautiful. Those people in Fulclip brag about them being called after a Fulclip. Look at our little Fulclip in Westcliff. Ain't she cute? Heading back along Westcliff Road now, back towards town, away from the harbour. Nice little chicanes, more beautiful sea-facing guest houses. I just want to take you back to one of the most beautiful restaurants in Hermanus, and that is Fixpool. This is not the most beautiful location for a restaurant ever, I think. Here we are with the gorgeous ocean out in front of us, the Walker Bay, and cliffs of Hermanus, not the cliffs of Westcliff, and then a little tidal fixed restaurant located in this fantastic location. And those are the properties on Westcliff Road up at the top there, which is why I love that so much. Hermanus Village, one of the security estates here in Westcliff. There are predominantly houses, freestanding houses within the estates, but it also has a few blocks of flats, which are very reasonably priced, in about the 1.5 million for a 2-bedroom flat. Otherwise, the houses go up from about 2.5 up to about 5 to 6 million for some of the bigger houses. But this is Hermanus Village, the security estate in Westcliff. So, heading up from the harbour and Hermanus Village, you go up Church Street, which is probably one of the longest and busiest streets in Westcliff, and Westcliff is probably also centre of the Hermanus Medical Centre. There is over here we have the Hermanus Mediclinic, the Hermanus Medical Centre, which includes path care and a whole bunch of doctors and specialists who operate out of the hospital. And then just around the corner, just over the road on the left here, is SANSA, the South African Space Agency. And just going around the corner again, we have the Hermanus Provincial Hospital, sorry, just go a little bit further up the road, and here is the Hermanus Provincial Hospital, all in Westcliff. We're going to head straight up Church Street, carry on up into town. You come across a few other medical centres. Here is the Arundel Medical Centre, and a little bit further up the road, we have the Hermanus Day Hospital and Oncology Centre. So Westcliff really is central to all the major hospitals and doctors here in Hermanus. Come along, chap. On our left here is Fynbos Park, which is a retirement village, very lovely retirement village. And on the far left up ahead, we have the Hermanus Day Hospital and Oncology Centre. And Church Street carries on all the way up into town. And obviously there's a church nearby. A little bit of roadworks over here because of the construction going on just over there. And here we are at the main circle in Hermanus and the Kerk, which obviously gives its name to Church Street. Wide open spaces in Westcliff, all the commonages, and we'll just take a left down here. So the sea-facing properties in Westcliff can fetch, gosh, upwards from 10, 12 million, all the way up to 15, 20, 25 million. Now, we're on Canterbury Street over here, which is two or three streets back, and they, depending on the sizes of the properties, are fetching between roughly around 5 million for a 3 to 4 bedroom house, and depending on the state of the property, obviously, as well. There are some, see, here's another open commonage area. Just gives Westcliff such an airy, roomy vibe about it. And this lovely little houses, or big houses. So this property on the right, coming up here, where they're putting the wall up, that just sold for just over 6 million. And this one on the left over there is just over 5. And some more open spaces. And give you an idea. And also not a lot of electric fencing or security around. It's just very laid back and quite a safe place to live. Let's go that Hermanus village up at the top there. And then if we go down over here, come across another commonage. I'll just take a trip around that. This house, the thatch roof over here, also just sold in excess of 5 million. And there have been quite a few sales along the street recently. They just renovated over there. Another sale just up on the left over there. And, oops. And going around the commonage again. This beautiful home over here with its dining views of the sea, and that there is Westcliff Road, and then the harbour is just up the road to the end there on the left. And this here is a nice big guest house, and this guest house with a green roof ahead here was also just recently renovated and has fabulous views from the balcony up there onto the sea. So that's pretty much a wrap for me from Westcliff. This fabulous suburb gets a solid 9 out of 10 for a place to buy in Hermanus. Everything from 1.5 million apartments in a secure estate to beautiful seaside mansions which can fetch from 15 to 25 million and more. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I get calls and messages from people just like you every day, every week, asking about different information about Hermanus and where they should buy. So don't be shy, reach out on my not so secret number 082 923 2395. Happy to give you any information you need. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next suburb. Cheers.